Okay, so this will be the fifth and last round of the tournament before top 8. And I'm playing against Batman and his Mardu control deck. It's only fitting that after the last two matchups have been really easy for me, the last one is probably the hardest. But not all hope is lost yet, because his list isn't the worst for aggro. Like, he doesn't have 1 mana removal spells. I'm not sure. I need 1 more land to play anything else. Oh, draw on your hand. This isn't much better, but it's slightly better. Yeah, it's actually worse, but I don't want to go down to 6 just based on not having a third land. But yeah, he doesn't have too much in the way of early game removal, like no 1 mana and only very few 2 mana spells. But he does have 6 board clears and a bunch of life gain. I don't have the quickest of starts either. But I have Gideon on turn 4. The Vesper Levy allows me to not play Crumbling Vestige this turn. I can still play Matter Reshaper on turn 3, but in case I would need 2 white sources before playing a land, I would have them, but it doesn't matter. Even if I draw the Knight of the White Orchard, I would still play Matter Reshaper first. Okay, so with 3 mana he didn't play anything. Maybe he has the Exile spell, and maybe I get to use him. Get him to use it on my Reshaper. That would be good, because then I get turn for Gideon, which is really hard for him to deal with. So right now board clear isn't that amazing for him, because the Reshaper does draw me a card or put something else into play. He could have a Gideon of his own, but that I could just kill. Thanks to Declaration. And this is also a card that I'm just going to kill. But actually let's think about this. If I'm expecting him to make a mistake, I could maybe punish him, but no. I don't bank on my opponents making mistakes. What I could do is just attack with the Reshaper. If he blocks, I sacrifice the Spirit. But if he doesn't block, I only get 3 damage in. And then I cannot play Gideon, because it's too likely to die to his flying. So let's take the safe approach and get the 5 damage in, and then just bluff. I can't spell. Yeah. No reason not to. I'm going to go with Gideon over Everson. Only because I think this card is very hard for him to deal with unless he exiles it. Sure. So far it's looking really good. For me. But like I said, he's kinda low with 10, but he has a bunch of life gain cards and mainly creatures that gain him life, like Linvala, for example. But if he doesn't have a whole lot here, I may just win like in 2 or 3 turns. Okay, plan outburst. Give me something good. Go, go, go. Never mind. Well, now he knows I have another removal spell. Right, Cerebius. Yeah. Okay, Gideon to attack. That's going to be interesting to see what he does. Wait, what? Does he want a token? Yeah, he does want a token. But I win. Let's just make sure I'm not missing this. Never mind. It doesn't really matter, I have the damage regardless. I have the declaration for his token. And that's GG. Fuck my mouse. Just fell down. Sorry for swearing. Oops. Okay. That's game 1. Gideon doing a good job here, but also the spirit and the Matter Reshaper did a lot of damage. Okay, moving on to game 2. But yeah, I got cards that are resilient against board clears, like the Spirit sacrifices itself to make the rest of my team indestructible. The Metal Shaper replaces itself. Gideon doesn't die to board clears. That's also a nice hand, and on that draw, but got a 1-drop, 2-drop. Always watching in a Declaration Stone. What I want is a bit more slightly larger creatures and bit more mana, maybe. If I play Torpen Freeblade and he has Radiant Flames, I'm slightly worse. But against anything else, I think I'm slightly better off. Does have double black, plays to languish. I think I'm just playing the Selfless Spirit here to make it a bit more secure against the Radiant Flames. He does have the red. Dark Salvation. Doesn't really matter. Okay. So, Freeblade would have been better, because then I could have attacked this turn with the Freeblade, and I would have only lost the Envoy. Do I play more? I don't think I do. Yeah, this decision may very well be again deciding to play Selfless Spirit. But this is one of the activations, not something I thought about playing around. He's not going to attack it. He does attack. Well, let's force the board clear in that case. I'm going to block and then let my board be cleared by one single removal spell. But if he had Radiant Flames, most likely in the hand, so if I would have played that to Freeblade, he would have cleared these two. So I think it didn't matter too much. And it was no like obvious mistake. Okay, so he's going to pass. He doesn't have a whole lot of instants. Okay, I have 2 warping rails. He's at 6. Currently thinking about whether or not I want to make a 1/1 token. I think I'm going to attack to see if he has Everson or not. Okay, so he didn't activate and block with his land either. If he had everything, he would probably have used it. So I'm just playing Gideon here and hope for the best. That's fine. Sure. I need stuff like reality smash at this point. And also get some value out of these swapping wheels. Linvala ended up being really good for him. Mainly because I made a token. Okay, my token cannot attack. He draws. Sure. At least I get another 2 damage in this way. Potency would also be really good here. This is actually not terrible. So here I hit him for 2. I get a lamp in play, and then I'm gonna keep the mana open for the second warping veil. Too bad that tokens don't benefit from always watching. Got a bit of sorcery spell. Okay. It does probably trade. Maybe not, because he still has the land to block the token. And I probably wouldn't even win the race regardless. Okay, he trades. Which I think is good for me. Okay, so he kind of has 1 card over me, unless that's the land. I'm kind of wanting to draw like big drops. I think that's game over. I don't have any card that can deal with Priscilla. Yeah, it's game over. Okay, 1-1. Close games. Oh, kind of. Let me invite him. Never mind. Okay. To the last one. I think playing the spirit over the free blade probably didn't matter. He probably had radiant flames as well as -1/-1 zombie token. That seems also very good. And I'm on the play this time around. 2-drop is the most likely draw in the deck aside of planes. I think Gideon was probably going to get like 4 or 6 damage in, at least. Ideally I want a 2-drop, which this is not bad. If I had a 2-drop and then would have drawn Warping Wave, would have been really nice. Okay, so now the question is, do I play around Radiant Flames or not? And I think I don't. Because if he doesn't have it or only has a non-basic land, which comes into play tap because of failure, I'm looking to be in a really good spot with Warping Wave and Archangel Everstone up. So let's hope no basic or no Radiant Flames. Yes! We're not going to play the Meta Reshaper. I'm not that greedy. Or am I? No, I'm not that greedy. Valia is also really good against Evolving Wilds because it's a land that comes into play tapped already. Kind of, because when you fetch it, the basic becomes into play tapped, but she also taps the Evolving Wilds, so it denies the land for 2 turns. Okay, I'm going to play Warping Veil to trigger Kithian. And then I also have the guaranteed mana for Archangel. Okay, so he can play something for 2 mana. So he probably has the 1 black and X cost card in his hand. I'm just going to attack with those. That's really hard for him to win. Okay, unstoppable. If he has Languish... No, I just still win because of collective defense. But there's a thing I've thought about with if he plays Languish and I sacrifice my token in response for the mana. if he goes to like the next phase, do I get a chance to play Everson before the mana leaves the field? Yeah, it looks really good for me. Like betting on playing Thalia paying off was huge. Looks like he lost. Oops. No, I don't get the chance. But it doesn't matter. Oh. I know something. Well, I'm going to resolve this with him now and see if we play another game or not.